Shanley Painter has more.
A record-breaking 184 million people are expected to shop in stores and online between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And the National Retail Federation also forecasts this holiday shopping season to generate up to $989 billion between November and December. But there could be some shipping troubles on the horizon as Amazon workers in major cities worldwide plan a strike over the next few days to, quote, make Amazon pay. So UNI Global Union and Progressive International say they want to hold the company accountable for labor abuses.
The Pennsylvania Department of Education is walking back its requirements for teachers to abide by woke curriculum standards. Bronson Woodruff has more.
A recent lawsuit has now been settled. Pennsylvania's State Department of Ed agreed to get rid of its requirement for schools to enforce teaching guidelines that were deemed woke in the lawsuit. State leaders were making schools adopt teaching instructions under their Culturally Relevant and Sustaining Education Program Framework Guidelines, or CRSE. Teachers had to create lessons and learning environments for students to, quote, identify and question economic, political, and social power structures in the school, and to, quote, disrupt harmful institutional practices, policies, and norm, end quote, according to Fox. Thomas Breath is special counsel with Thomas More Society, which filed the suit against the PDE in April of 2023. He tells AFN that Governor Tom Wolf's administration imposed these guidelines on his way out of office in 2023.
It's just a further attempt by the progressives and the liberals to force upon parents and students and educators their ideological tenets. And they literally, in these guidelines, tell you what you must believe and what you must be able to demonstrate that you believe. It's just went beyond the pale.
And this is not the first instance of trying to overstep boundaries.
We've fought a number of cases successfully, including a mask mandate. There have been countless examples where these bureaucrats in the various agencies within the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, unelected individuals, are trying to mandate their personal and political beliefs.
I'm Bronson Woodruff.
Lawmakers in Michigan are considering a bill that would open the door to teaching students that abortion is a, quote, legitimate method of family planning.
State Representative Democrat Rachel Hood has introduced the legislation to allow teachers to discuss with students the abortion pill. Elizabeth Mitchell of the Daily Signal has been covering this story.
So now, if this bill were to pass, proposed by 22 Democrats in the Michigan legislature, then what would happen is that abortion could be taught as a valid family planning method to kids in schools.
It just so happens abortion in Michigan is legal up to birth. We asked Mitchell if pro-life teachers would be required to teach students about the abortion pill.
There are lots of laws protecting people's conscience that if you feel like your conscience does not allow you to teach about abortion, teachers definitely should not be required to teach this type of content.
Mitchell notes that many bills never make it out of committee, and she hopes that will happen with this proposal. I'm Bob Kellogg.
More news online at afn.net and on the AFN mobile app. I'm Rusty Pugh.
Streaming.afa.net has now become AFA Stream, and you can find it at stream.afa.net. You see, we removed the letters ing. Our experts have determined that eliminating those 3 keystrokes, multiplied over hundreds of thousands of AFA Stream visits, could reduce the national debt and maybe increase the gross domestic product. AFA Stream, formerly streaming.afa.net. Improvements to the economy are purely theoretical. It's First Time Caller Day on Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840.
It is First Time Callers, so start lining up, folks. If you've never been on the show with us, today could be your day.
So First Time Callers only today. Now we're going to ask 3 questions each.
The quack of a duck does not produce an echo. Is that true or false?
That falls under the category of it's just wrong. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. We are live here day after Thanksgiving 2024. We appreciate you joining us, and we appreciate ourselves coming in. Actually, huh?
We give ourselves a pat on the back.
Yes, sir. Nobody else is here at the office.
It is a
Close.
ghost. It's a ghost town.
Tell you where I'm not going.
Where?
Near the mall.
Oh,
For us.
I hear that.
I-
We've been out there a few times before Thanksgiving, and it was already
Go out
I
there
know
and mangle.
Well, there are
clown-
people listening
clowns
across
galore
the country who know. I use that mall. We have a mall here in Tupelo that I'm talking
that we
about.
avoid.
That we avoid now, at least for today.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of violence and people carrying guns who are upset, and so. But that's going on all across America.
Yes, it
in the
is.
spirit of the holidays.
And it's actually good for the economy, they say.
All right, Ed Vitagliano. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning to you, sir.
JJ Jasper.
Great to be here. I usually have a little funny, but I want to share this. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and bless his name. Psalm 100, verse 4. We really do have a lot to be grateful for.
Amen. Amen.
It is, by the way, for a hearty amen to what JJ has shared. I do want to give the phone number out quickly because it is first-time callers, so people are now finding out that if they've never been on the air with us, this could be their day. The number to call is 888-589-8840. That's 888-589-8840. I'm assuming you guys, now you were saying before we got on, you're having your Thanksgiving today, JJ.
Correct. And I've talked with a lot of my friends over the past week or so, and they said, we already have one Thanksgiving with this set of grandparents and another. Yep. And people that aren't married, they don't realize you get married to your sweetheart and you go, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's going to look like it always has my whole life. No, that's what your spouse says. Oh, wait, we got to go to Meemaw's house because that's all I've ever known. So you have to sort of divvy it up to go, okay, we'll do Thanksgiving with your family, Christmas with mine, next year we'll rotate. Or you start stretching out over a couple of weeks. But a lot of good food, a lot of good traditions, wonderful memories for Thanksgiving 2024.
Amen.
All right, so you need to be 11 years old or older
to be on this here show.
Yeah, that's right.
With us.
We'd appreciate it if you would have a question to ask us as well. So ask and answer. Answer one of our trivia questions and answer one of ours and ask one for yourself. If you, JJ, tell them about the mystery question.
Yeah, these we're going to each have 3 original questions. So out of these 9 original questions, one is a mystery question. If you land on it, answer it correctly, you'll hear this sound. The beloved cowbell until a little later on this afternoon.
It won't ring at all.
That's going to be a sad sound.
Well, you got to explain that.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, in-state rivalry, Mississippi, that's where our flagship station is located. Mississippi State, Ole Miss, big, huge rivalry. It's called the Egg Bowl. Usually really close. It could go either way. I think the Mississippi.
Not so much today.
Not so much today. So that cowbell is the Mississippi State. They ring a cowbell, and, that's a tradition.
Yeah, if you score a touchdown, especially. Ring
right. Yeah, so it's going to be not a lot of ringing.
That's what we're saying,
today.
not a lot of ringing today.
right.
So,
you prepared yourself.
So back to the cap.
I've known
this is
that
a
for 2
great-looking ball cap, and you're going to win that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm talking too much already, but
right.
Black Friday, everybody's thinking about shopping. Consider our store, resources.afa.net, resources.afa.net. Books, T-shirts, caps, mugs, a lot of wonderful resources. Great price, great product, and it helps the ministry as well.
Amen. And as you typically say, Christmas is, seriously, folks,
it's
now,
here. Yeah,
it's coming up.
Right
So
around the corner.
Good stocking stuffers there at our store.
Is that all we got all the stuff out of the way here?
I think so.
All the stuffing?
So.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
Yeah. So call in and be on the air. We'll get to you in just a minute. So I saved this. This is a story in our local newspaper here called the Courier. It's the Lee County Courier. We live in Lee County. You live in Pontotoc County. But anyway, northeast Mississippi. But so they asked these preschoolers, I'm guessing 3 to 4 years old, how would you prepare Thanksgiving turkey? This is a great idea, by the way. So they say they put like 12 of these children. Again, 3, 4 years old, maybe even 2, but I'm thinking 3 to 4 years old. How would you prepare Thanksgiving turkey? They ask them. So the first
child answered this way. Go to PetSmart.
Off to a good start.
Go. You got to understand this is going through a 3-year.
Yeah, that's where they got
just
their
put them on the
hamster.
spot. You
That's
say, how
where
would
they
you
got their
prepare it?
kitty
Well, we
cat.
got to get a turkey first. Where do you get a turkey?
Yeah,
PetSmart. That's where all the animals are, right?
sure.
So when we bring the turkey home, I will put the turkey on the fire, on the grill. When he is done cooking, I'll bring him inside. She really personalizes it. I'll bring him inside, put him on a plate, and feed him to my mom, daddy, and Avery. I guess Avery's his brother or sister. And there was another one on here. It said, how would you prepare the turkey? And this is a little girl named Emerson, 3 years old. I would buy a turkey on Amazon.
Wow, they're learning early.
Oh, man.
When it comes to my house, I open it and get it out and put it in the fridge to cook it. When it's done cooking, I'll cut it up and put it on a plate for me and Finley to eat. So anyway, I just thought the Amazon was that's
2024.
2024. Buy your turkey at Amazon. The other one wanted to go to PetSmart and get hers.
Now, these are the little bitty ones. If you ask a teenage boy, how would you prepare a turkey? They would say, I'd just say, listen, turkey, you're going to die.
Well, just put it to you straight. Here. Okay, go ahead, Ed. You want to give your questions?
Okay, I will. And by the way, the number to call to be here, it's first-time callers. So if you have never been on the air with us up to this point, you can call in and might be your chance to get on the air. And by the way, I only see 3 people on the computer screen, so we have some openings. This could be your day, folks. Here's the number to call.
First-time caller.
First-time callers, 888-589-8840. That's 888-589-8840. All right, here are my 3 questions. First question, what Old Testament prophet was the last of the judges? What Old Testament prophet was the last of the judges? Second question, in what fairy tale did Princess Aurora fall into a deep sleep after pricking her finger on a spinning wheel? We kind of talked about this a little bit last week, and we never gave the answer to it. It was just kind of like a sidebar. But in what fairy tale did Princess Aurora fall into a deep sleep after pricking her finger on a spinning wheel? And then third question, in the Christmas classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which character shares a name with a territory in Canada? In the Christmas classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which character shares a name with a territory in Canada? And when I was growing up, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that was my favorite little Christmas special that came on.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Is it still?
No, maybe the one with the BB gun. That's still kind of a
Okay.
classic.
All right. Good.
It's a wonderful.
One of our
place.
daughters said, let's watch a cheesy Christmas movie, a Hallmark type movie. Let's watch one every night between now and Christmas. And they've already got a theme and a science. They said the cheesier the title, the better the movie will be. And we've been on a pretty good roll for almost watching what we go over on Pure Flix. And boy, they've got a lot of them that you've never seen.
Oh.
And I'll have to say.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. You know?
Well,
the storylines are so varied.
Oh, well played. Well played.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the acting's getting better, or my expectations are just coming down because they're
getting lower.
Yeah, we've watched some good movies. All right, here's what I've got. 3 questions. Number 1 from the Bible. Moses had a sister. What was her name? What was the name of Moses' sister? Second question, this is a little long, but I'll make it shorter after this. So the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame and the NFL Hall of Fame share the same rule. A player must be retired at least blank amount of years before they're eligible to be included in the Hall of Fame. What is the number? It's the same number. So I'm going to make that a little more clear. How many years after retirement does an MLB and or an NFL player have to wait until they're eligible to be inducted into the Hall of Fame? So there's a year, and they both are the same year. And then a third question, true or false, bobbing for apples is a fall festival activity that Romans brought to Britain when they invaded. Is that true or false? Bobbing for apples is a fall festival activity that Romans brought to Britain when they invaded. True or false?
All right, here are my 3 questions. Number one, a Bible question. I want the 2 most used names of God in the Bible. 2 most used names of God in Hebrew. So these aren't necessarily the English. I have the English versions, but does that question make sense? Okay. The 2 most used names of God in the Bible. And then also, second question. Which country is made up of 7,000 islands? There's a country on the globe rather than not on the globe.
That's what you always do to us.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right
There's
there.
a country.
That's what it's going to be.
That you got it, JJ. What country is made up of 7,000 islands? And then a leftover from Thanksgiving Day, which JJ's having today at his house. According to Martha Stewart,
Here we go.
there are 8 ways to cook a turkey. I want to know 4 of them. Tell me 4 ways you can cook a turkey, and I'll give you credit for answering this question right.
One of them includes having 911 on your speed dial. Because you know the firemen are going to be rolling up into your neighborhood when they see your carport on fire.
Yeah, you better know how to do these. But anyway, so 8, according to Martha Stewart, there are 8 ways to cook a turkey. I just want you to name 4 of them. All right? Go ahead. Who's up first?
All right, we're going to Iowa first, and Daniel is on the line. Daniel, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Where do you live in Iowa?
Green, Iowa.
Green. Where's Green?
Halfway between Mason City and Waterloo.
Good area.
Also halfway between blue and yellow.
That's right.
Hey, that's good.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
I like it.
I'm rolling.
Man knows his primary colors.
All right, Daniel, ask, answer, or both?
Oh, both.
Okay, which one do you want to answer?
The Rudolph question.
Here we go.
All right, in the Christmas classic, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which character shares a name with a territory in Canada?
Yukon Jack.
Yukon Jack.
Hmm.
Yukon Jack. I'm going to give you a second shot at that. Yukon something else. You got the Yukon right.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what. I'll give it to you because you got the territory correct. It's Yukon Cornelius. Was his name, but you got Yukon right.
He also later on he went on to host the Soul Train. You remember that?
Yukon Cornelius?
Yeah, don't you remember that?
Yeah, was it Don Cornelius or something?
Yeah, Don Yukon Cornelius.
Well, it just kept on going because they named a pretty decent vehicle, a GMC Suburban.
Absolutely.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
same guy on that Christmas show.
All right, way to go.
Daniel, excellent job.
Yes, sir. Fire away, Daniel. We're ready.
So, in Iowa, there's a famous movie actor named Marion Morrison. What town was he born in?
Marion Morrison.
Marion Morrison is actually John Wayne.
Okay.
And he was born in, I want to say he was born in Iowa. And that might be why Daniel.
Yeah, he wants to know he wants to know the town.
Oh, the town in Iowa.
Yeah.
I want to say Waterloo.
I don't know, but it's John Wayne. That was his real name, and that just doesn't sound as Well, I'll tell you, my name's Marion Morrison, Pilgrim. I don't know what the town. I'm going with Tim.
I'll go with Tim.
Waterloo.
We'll go with Waterloo, Daniel.
It's Winterset, Iowa.
Winterset.
Winterset.
It was John Wayne, correct?
Yep.
Is that near Waterloo?
No, it's outside of Des Moines.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah, great way to start
a shot
us
at
out,
it. We
Daniel.
you You got to swing.
I
Yeah.
think Marion
Gotta
was
take the swing.
the name
Hey,
of the wife.
Never hit
on
it if you
Happy
don't swing.
Days,
What my coach
too.
always told
Yeah,
me.
Marion. Yeah, that was Marion was the character's name
Character's
in
name
Happy
in Happy
Days.
Days.
The mom.
All right, you're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Tim, Ed, and JJ. Next up, Ed.
All right, we're going to stay in Iowa.
Okay.
Abe is on the line. Abe, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hey, good morning, Tim, Ed, JJ. How are you guys?
Hey, good morning.
Doing well.
Brother
Yeah,
Abe.
We're blessed, buddy. What part of Iowa?
Well, JJ, I met you just at Nyack at Mason City, Iowa, just recently.
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes, sir. That was
good to see
a
you.
wonderful night.
You've been to
It
Mason
was.
City
You did
several
an
times.
awesome job. Thanks for coming.
I've been twice, and it was in the community college auditorium, which, boy, it just knocked out. It's so nice, and there were just about 1,000 people there.
Wow.
I know it. No band, no nothing. Just I was up there doing stand-up comedy, and the place was electric. They laughed. I had to wade through the laughter. And it was for a great cause. It was for the Christian school.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Thank you, Abe. Hey, you want to ask, answer, or do both?
We're going to do both today, please.
Which one you feel confident about?
I'm going to take Tim's question on the 7,000 islands.
Okay.
Isn't that a salad dressing, too?
7,000 Islands?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good movie, too. It's back in the 70s. Right around the time Poseidon Adventure. It was kind of a sequel.
7,000 Islands?
7,000 Islands, yeah.
The 7,000 Islands of
7,000
Dr.
Islands.
Moreau.
And the 7,000 planets of the air.
Oh. Okay, so, all right, Abe, here you go. Which country is made up of 7,000 islands? Answer?
Let's go with the Philippines.
The Philippines.
Nicely done.
That's right.
Nicely
That's right.
done.
How did you know that?
Well, I figured that, but I did look it up. So
Yeah.
I'll be truthfully honest, just to
That's
confirm
good.
my knowledge.
It's
So
always good to be truthfully honest.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. If Evan Root ain't got no salesman in that part of the country, they have missed the boat. And the pun intended.
The boat, I hear that. So, JJ,
I
have you
like
ever
geography and I like history. So here's your geography question that Tim, I'm sure, will have a good idea.
I'm ready. Bring it.
What three rivers start the Missouri River?
What three rivers
What
start
are the names of the three rivers that start the Missouri?
Okay, now, for just a minute, don't say anything, Abe. We're going to talk amongst ourselves.
I'm thinking, do we go up to Pittsburgh? Do we go
No,
up to
no.
and count some of those coming down into Missouri?
Hold on a second. Is he talking about the Missouri River itself?
Yes.
Yes.
What three
Okay,
rivers?
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Ohio.
Ohio, Allegheny, whatever those are.
Yeah.
that-
The Missouri starts out west. I want to say Montana or Idaho.
Wow, that far?
Or Idaho.
Well,
Yeah,
where's
somewhere.
Lewis and Clark when you need them?
But I mean, the three rivers that would form the Missouri. I don't know. I do know where the Missouri starts because it ends up in the Mississippi. I think it empties into the Mississippi. Or
I'm going to try to get one. Colorado River. I'm just throwing
All right.
that out there.
All right.
To have one, since you're saying it comes from out west.
All right, Abe. What's the answer?
You'll know a couple of them, though, because the president at that time was, when Lewis and Clark was out there,
Right?
When Lewis and Clark were out
Was
there, the
it
president.
Teddy Roosevelt?
the president was Thomas Jefferson, so that's one of the rivers, and
He missed about 100
Madison
years.
is another one of the rivers, and Gallatin, he was a secretary of something at that time. So Lewis was naming rivers after people in the politics at that time.
Oh, that's
There's
good.
a Jefferson River?
There's a Jefferson River, you betcha.
So again, where does that start?
That's
Missouri?
way out there out west in Montana.
Yeah.
So it's
I did have
we
where Missouri
traveled
started.
to
Yeah.
we traveled to Glacier and did that, and then we went down to Yellowstone, and I realized that the Yellowstone starts at the Yellowstone Lake, but then I looked it up because I'm a big Lewis and Clark buff, and I knew that there was three rivers that started the Missouri: Jefferson, Madison, and Gallatin.
Huh.
Oh, that's good.
That's good to know. Yeah,
Hey,
did not know that.
have
Yeah.
either of you guys done that thing? That's on my bucket list. I want to go out west and see Yellowstone, and
I've seen
Grand
Yellowstone.
Canyon, but none of my family has, and I'd love to just see some of those things.
I've seen
Thank
Grand
you, Abe.
Canyon
Appreciate it.
and-
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
sorry
you,
to
Abe.
interrupt. Go. You've seen.
I've seen the Grand Canyon and Yellowstone. Several of those places.
You can't see it all, but I'd love to see like the Tetons, whatever the best route to hit some of those spots. I just think that would be. You need about
Mount
10
Rushmore,
days, though, don't you? Yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
Have you seen Mount Rushmore, Tim?
No, never seen Mount Rushmore.
You've been to Yellowstone?
I don't actually believe it exists. Mount Rushmore. I mean, some people say it does, but
Well, there are witnesses, and
there's a green screen.
These are
green
reliable people who have seen it.
Okay. Well, when I see it, I'll believe it. Okay. All right, you're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio, also known as Learning University. Learning University is on the air, and we got time for one more call before the break. Who's up next, Ed?
All right, we'll go to Texas, and Jay is on the line. Jay, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys today?
Howdy, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
Good morning.
Where do you live in Texas?
I live on a little town called Olton. It's about 60 miles from the New Mexico state line.
Like near Clovis?
Yes, sir. 60 miles west.
Cattle country.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen.
Dairy land.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling, Jay. You want to ask, answer, or both?
Well, I'd like to do both if I could.
You can.
Okay. Which one do you want to give a shot at?
Well, generally, I know most of the answers to all the questions, but there was only one out of all 9 this week that I knew, and that would be Princess Aurora.
All right, here's the question, Jay. In what fairy tale did Princess Aurora fall into a deep sleep after pricking her finger on a spinning wheel?
That would be Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
Nicely done,
sir.
Hey, Jay, if you see, I figure people know about half the questions or 2 or 3, but if you know almost every one every time, you need to sign up for one of these game shows.
Well, I'm not that fortunate. I watch a game show at home and I do real good, but if I get out in front of people, I get stupid.
Yep.
So
I know what that's like. Chokes.
Describes a lot of my family. Right there. I'm not going to call any. No, I'm not calling any names.
No.
Maybe we're related. I mean, you know.
Hey, well done, Jay. What's your question for us, sir?
All right. Can you tell me why it is that a chicken can only make one sound?
Why can a chicken only make one sound? Oh, man.
That's one of these riddles.
It's about how do you know about getting him across the road to the other side. Hey, we're stumped. What's the answer, Jay?
They can't think out of the box.
What was the answer again? I want to hear it one more time.
They can't think out of the box.
Well, thanks to you, Jay. JJ has a new joke.
Yes, I do.
The rest of the staff will hear that one on Monday.
Yes, I do.
All right.
All right, Jay, thank you, and have a great weekend. Stay away from the mall.
Yeah, we'll be back momentarily with more of Trivia Friday on American Family Radio.
It's my turn.
Here is your host for My Turn, Don Wildmon.
It was several years ago now that Jim Voss came out of service from the Second World War. In the service, he'd learned much about electronics. Many folks would have considered him a master in the field. At least his bosses thought he was pretty good. Jim Voss was working for a group of organized gamblers following that devastating war. He made good money. That's what most criminals, gamblers or not, are looking for. Jim got the jobs, such as wiretapping, and got the good payoffs. One night, Jim was waiting for a flight to St. Louis from Los Angeles and had some time to kill. Billy Graham was preaching in a crusade in Los Angeles, and by some quirk of fate, or rather providence, Jim Voss wandered into the place where Dr. Graham was preaching. Seemingly indifferent to the words of the famed evangelist, Jim stood near the back of the hall. He didn't want to go too far inside. He was just curious and was planning on leaving as soon as the show was over. As he always does, Dr. Graham gave the invitation for those who would give their life to the carpenter from Nazareth to come forward during the singing of a hymn. As the crowd sang, a hand tapped Jim Voss on the shoulder, and he heard a voice speak. "Will you go forward with me?" the gentleman asked. In natural reaction, Jim Voss turned on him. "Lay off me, or I'll knock your head off," he blurted out. The soft-spoken man spoke again. "You can do anything you like to me, but that won't right things between you and God." It must have seemed like ages, but it was just a matter of seconds till Jim Voss took that first step toward the altar. Each step became easier. With emotion showing in his face, Jim walked down that aisle vowing to make a clean break with the past, to change things, to settle the matter between him and his Creator. At the altar that night, Jim put away the old Jim Voss and put on a new one. He went away from that meeting a changed man. His break with the past was almost as dramatic as that of the Jewish tent maker Paul. You know, there comes a time in every person's life when such a decision has to be made. He has to look at himself, ask himself some deep questions, and come face to face with the facts. The result isn't always like that of Jim Voss. Many times when the time comes for the decision, we just ignore it, pretending it isn't there, giving no thought to our Creator and our Carpenter. Back in the 1800s, James Russell Lowell wrote a poem. We've turned it into a hymn. Once to every man and nation comes the moment to decide, in the strife of truth and falsehood for the good or evil side. Then it is the brave man chooses, while the coward stands aside, till the multitude make virtue of the faith they had denied. You know, this could be your moment. For Jim Voss, the moment he made his decision was probably the last one he could have had. You see, the plane he didn't catch that night was met in St. Louis by gunmen who had orders to kill him. How many more chances do you have? Are you sure about that?
This has been My Turn with Don Wildmon, a production of the American Family Association.
For he has rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of the Son he loves. Colossians 1:13.
American Family Radio.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, that was your cello practice. We don't have very many recordings of that, but that was
right.
You in the 8th
they
grade.
They captured that one. Somebody
yeah.
walked into the auditorium.
What was that?
Now, here's a word, class, cacophony. Yeah. You haven't heard that. You probably won't use that in a sentence today, but that's what you just heard there, a cacophony of sound.
What was that really?
I have no idea. Brent Creeley, our producer, picked it out.
The old TV show Emergency.
Emergency.
I never even heard of the show. I see why it got canceled.
Because they had a terrible theme song.
Everybody had to get up and go ahead to get some Bayer aspirin when the theme.
I'm going to have to, after this show, I don't have to go listen to Hawaii Five-0 or Bonanza or something.
To reset your inner.
Yes.
All right, go ahead with your question, Dad.
Good grief. I don't know who in the world picked that song out. It was Brent Creeley, folks. For those of you who'd like to complain, just send an email. No, I'm just kidding. All right, 3 questions. I have one remaining from my original set. What Old Testament prophet was the last of the judges? Second question, what American hero was known as the Apostle of Liberty? What American hero was known as the Apostle of Liberty? And then I'm going to throw another Rudolph question in the Christmas classic, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What is the name of the elf who wants to be a dentist? What is the name of the elf who wants to be a dentist?
I haven't even had a nibble. Here are my 3. The first one from the Old Testament. Moses had a sister. Name her. Moses had a sister.
E-I-E-I-O.
Name her. Second question.
Bingo was her name.
If you retire from the NFL or the Major League Baseball, you have to wait a certain amount of years, same number for both. You have to wait a certain amount of years before you're eligible for induction into the Hall of Fame. How many years do you have to wait? Then, third question, true or false? Bobbing for apples is a fall festival activity that Romans brought to Britain when they invaded. Is that true or false? You guys ever bob for apples like when you're in middle school at one of those fall festival
I did it one time, and you guys know I'm a germaphobe. So once they told me I had to stick my face in a tub of water where 12 other kids with colds had stuck their face, I said, no, thank you.
COVID.
Before COVID.
Yeah, you were already.
I said, I don't think this is a.
Yeah, have you ever done it, Tim? Bob
apples? Yeah, a couple times. It's overrated.
I remember as a kid at some of those fall festivals, and you say, okay, you see them trying to snatch at it, and it's squirting and scooting away. Then the one sort of pinned it up against the wall. I just thought, I really want to get the prize, whatever the little 50-cent prize was. So I just took it all the way down to the bottom, and then dug my teeth in.
That's good. I never could do it.
No, here's the thing. You're wet all the way to your belly button for the whole rest of the night.
But you got your apple, by golly.
You got your 50
You got that apple.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching, too, aren't they? Watch J.J. Jasper. Watch this.
You go all the way down to the bottom of that number 2.
Let me tell you something, honey. You will never go on a date with that boy.
That boy ain't got no sense.
Yes.
All right, here am I. I'm going to give a hat, an AFR.
Here we go.
An AFR ball cap, okay? We will send an AFR ball cap to you if you can get this question, because it's not easy. But according to Martha Stewart, there are 8 ways to cook a turkey. I'm just asking you to name 4. Name 4 ways you can cook a turkey, and I'll send you the AFR ball cap.
Wasn't that a song? 8 ways to. Oh wait, it might have been something.
Leave your turkey.
Hey, now do they?
I
Is
dated some
this
turkeys.
looking it up or by memory?
I don't
or what?
care.
Can they do research?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they get it off the top of their head, that'd be great. You should be able to if you think about it. All right, number 2. The 2 most used names of God in the Bible. Okay, the 2 most used names of God in the Bible. They're Hebrew words. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So there you go. Those are I'm going to stick with those 2. I'll add another one should one of those be answered. Back to the phones.
All right, let's go to Oklahoma. And Denise is on the line. Denise, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, Denise. Where do you live in Oklahoma?
Well, we're on vacation in Oklahoma. Right now we're in Duncan, but we live in Odessa, Texas.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Visiting family there? Somebody, friends
Yes.
or something? Okay.
Denise, did
Yes,
you guys have a good Thanksgiving yesterday?
Yes, well, actually, we celebrated Wednesday because Thursday morning they took off hunting.
There you go.
Yeah. Get your priorities right in the
Yes.
family. I know how that is. Hunting like right up there at the top.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
There's weddings, baptisms, and then there's hunting.
Hunting
Deer
season.
hunting, especially.
I'm getting up about 3 in the morning
Initiations
tomorrow to
in
go with
hunting.
your sons hunting.
Yeah. I'm not into that, but a lot of people are.
Denise, ask, answer, or do both, dear.
Dear,
I'd like to do both.
Okay, which one you want to answer?
The one about the judges.
All right, Denise, here's the question. What Old Testament prophet was the last of the judges?
Malachi.
I know.
No.
Malachi's the last book.
Malachi is the only Italian prophet in the Old Testament.
It's unfortunate.
But no, Malachi is the last book of the Old Testament
That is
prophets. But there is another prophet who was also the last of the judges.
Brigham Young.
No, it wasn't Brigham Young.
What? I'm just trying. Nobody else is trying.
Yeah. No, you keep trying.
Hey, good try. Denise, what's your question for us?
Where is the Bridge of Sighs, and how did it get its name?
What is the what now?
Where is the Bridge of Sighs, and how did it get its name?
I'm not. Denise, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
say it slowly,
Because I can't hear you. Bridge of something. What?
Sides?
Bridge of Sighs, Sighs.
Okay.
Oh,
the
Bridge of Sighs.
And where is it located?
The Bridge of Sighs. I've never heard of it. Have you guys ever heard of it? The Bridge of Sighs. That's a very interesting name for a bridge.
Should we know the answer to this, Denise? Is this like history?
Well, if you travel to Italy, you would know it.
Oh, Italy. Well, we got a resident Italian.
He's never been to Italy, though. I've been to Italy more than he has.
I've never been there on a bridge or off a bridge, sighing or laughing. I've just never been there.
We're clearly stumped, Denise. What's the answer? Teach us something.
It's in Venice, and there's a bridge that connects the courthouse with the prison, and people can be heard sighing as they look at their last freedom.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's a famous, if you go type it in, you'll see a picture of it. It's very famous there in, wow, I didn't know
I went to Italy on my honeymoon, and we went under the Bridge of Sighs, and the gondolier was telling us about it.
Yeah.
Could you hear any sighing?
No, I don't think they had anybody there at that time.
Oh, so this is just an old prison that's no longer being used.
It's back in the 80s when I was there, but they said the open window was there and people could be heard as they're going from the court to the prison. And they could just loud sighs as they're looking at their last look at freedom.
All right.
Just like that. All right, Denise, that's an excellent trivia
good
question.
Trivia question.
Hey, so enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hope somebody in your party kills a deer. Maybe you can have a follow-up to Thanksgiving here this weekend.
Yeah, I hope they get a trophy buck. Be careful traveling back to Texas.
Amen. Thank you, Denise. All right, let's go to Louisiana, and Ricky is on the line. Ricky, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good morning, esteemed professors.
Well, thank you for that acknowledgement.
Yes, and as JJ always says, thank you for your honesty.
Yes, Ricky.
Ricky, did you guys have a good Thanksgiving?
I did. I got to spend time with some of my grandkids that I don't get to see too often anymore because living out of state.
Right.
I just had a great time.
Amen. Well, what part of Louisiana?
I'm right in central Louisiana, Alexandria area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you want to ask, answer, or both, Ricky?
I'm going to do both.
Okay. Which one do you want to answer?
The question about the last judge.
All right, Ricky, here's the question. What Old Testament prophet was the last of the judges?
Are we talking about Samson?
No. Samson.
See what he did there? He just ruled Samson out.
Oh.
Oh, no, he got you.
Oh, that wasn't my answer. I'm just saying,
but
what are we talking about?
Was it Samson?
Yeah.
So he's... Anyway, go ahead.
But Samson was a judge, right?
He was a judge, and he was the last one mentioned in the book of Judges, but he's not the last of the judges. But that you were on the right track.
That was his answer?
That was his answer.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, good try, and you made it. You helped the next person.
Yeah.
They know it's not Malachi, and they know it's not Samsonite.
Samsonite.
All right.
Ricky, what's your question for us?
That's just simple riddle.
Yeah.
My grandson shared it with me yesterday, and I'm sure you probably know it. But what does an Italian call a fake noodle?
What does
impasta?
JJ, way to go, JJ.
Impasta.
I figured JJ would do it.
Oh, yeah. He's got a Rolodex of those, man.
Hey, Ricky, have a great extended Thanksgiving throughout the weekend. God bless you, and we do have so much to be grateful for.
Amen. Have a blessed weekend, Ricky. All right, rolling right along. By the way, folks, it is first-time callers today. This is a live program, Trivia Friday. It's live the day after Thanksgiving 2024. If you want to call to get on the program, if you've never been on with us before, 888-589-8840, 888-589-8840.
And you mentioned the live program. I don't want to lose my reward in heaven, but Tim drove 5 minutes to be here. You drove 20 minutes, and I drove 35 minutes to be here.
So if we were earning our way to heaven, you'd have a jump on us.
I'd have at least one more
it's
crown.
18 minutes, 16 or 18 minutes for me.
Yeah,
Depending
it's
on my
18
attitude.
for me. On your attitude.
Yeah.
But no traffic because everybody else was heading towards the mall.
No traffic. There wasn't no traffic, Ed.
There weren't none.
Weren't none.
All right, let's go to Texas. And Tim, hey, one of you's a namesake. Tim, welcome to Trivia Friday.
All right, let's go to Texas. And Tim, one of you is a namesake. Tim, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was Tim actually speaking. Hey, Tim, if you could turn your radio down, there won't be a delay on air. It's a little less confusing.
Actually speaking. Hey, Tim, if you can turn.
Okay, you still there, Tim? Tim, I was on the air. I could hear that. Tim, last chance, brother. Tim from Texas.
I can't hear anybody.
Hey,
Okay.
Tim, can you hear us? Hello, Tim.
Okay. Tim, I'm sorry. Maybe you can try to call back in, but something was wrong there. We're going to go to Indiana next, and Marcus is on the line. Marcus, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Back in, but something was wrong there. We're going to go to Indiana next.
Marcus, if you can turn your radio down. I'm not sure what's happening. You have the similar issue to Tim. Marcus, can you hear us?
Hello.
Yes.
No.
You can't. Can you hear us, Marcus?
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
Marcus, can you hear us right now?
Oh, we're having a little bit of difficulty. Hey, while we're getting the phone situation, I had a chance to be at Mount Pleasant Baptist Church, Fulton, Mississippi, last Sunday night. So many AFR listeners. I always ask how many listen to AFR. Probably 80% of the hands went up and had some really nice things. People came up and said how much they appreciated AFA and AFR. And we've laughed about it, talked about Black Friday. A lot of people thinking, they got up from the table yesterday and today they're thinking, okay, I'm going to start my Christmas shopping. Resources.afa.net. Resources.afa.net. We really do we got a brand new ceramic mug. We've got T-shirts, hoodies, brand new cap. The AFR, Tim calls it a trucker cap. It's like a baseball cap, but some of the best
books, DVDs.
Yes, Alex McFarland, all these different authors the people that you listen to on the air, and great resources. So if you've got someone in your family that loves American Family Association, American Family Radio, these would make some nice stocking stuffers. We have the Christmas bands, which, of course, time sensitive.
Right.
The AFA Christmas buttons and Christmas wristbands. So they're really good products, great price, as I mentioned earlier, and it helps the ministry.
Now, Tim and JJ, are y'all's books still available at our resource center?
Mine are. Tim's books are outlawed everywhere except Wyoming. Mine are still there. Moses was a basket case, hilarious true stories to encourage and inspire. Joan, I had a whale of a time. And then the serious book, Losing Cooper, Finding Hope to Grieve Well.
And Tim, what your book?
Well, the latest book, like the one you.
Well, no, the ones that came.
I don't even know. I'll check on that.
You're thinking about Jonah had, Noah and the Woodpecker. That was a funny book.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did Noah do with the woodpeckers?
Okay, so all right, we got whatever our problem was, we have got it fixed, and so we are going to go to Missouri, and Ethan is on the line. Ethan, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Howdy.
Hello, Ethan. Good morning to you. And where are you calling from in Missouri?
Well, right now I'm with my girlfriend's folks in Springfield, Missouri. We're visiting her brother.
Good.
Okay, yeah,
A
Springfield.
lot of people traveling this time of year. Hey, and we apologize to our last couple of callers. I don't know if that
Tim and
may have been on
Marcus.
our end. We're sorry that we weren't able to get you through.
If Tim and Marcus, those were the two you had trouble with, technical difficulties, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, if they'll email us on Monday, just comments at afr.net. Don't do it today because it'll get lost in the shuffle. Those two people will email us on Monday. Tell, hey, I was the one who was cut off, and give us your phone number. We'll call you Friday and get you on.
Oh, that's
a week from
nice.
today.
Week from today.
Yeah.
And you'll be first up.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Ethan, ask, answer, or do both, sir?
I was hoping to do both, if that's okay.
Yeah, which one you want to answer?
I was going to shoot for the sister of Moses.
Here's the question. Moses had a sister. What was her name?
I thought it was Miriam.
Miriam. Nicely done. Thanks for reading your Bible.
Miriam, and I always wonder where that name came from. You know, people call their name their children that today.
Yeah, that's right. I know several
biblical name
Miriams.
going back to Moses.
Yep, beautiful name. And you may remember when they crossed the Red Sea on dry ground, she got her tambourine out and actually composed a song, and it's the song of Miriam.
I did that.
Right there.
A lot of people get their names from the Bible and didn't know it. My sister Jezebel, she found out later in life
Wow.
that, where her name came from.
What kind of parents do that? It's like naming a boy, naming him Sue or something.
Or Judas. Hey, Ethan, what's your question for us?
Judas.
Well, there's a Hebrew. It was a letter in, I guess it's a sound that they use in phonetics. It's an upside down E is the symbol for it. And it comes from Hebrew. It's the sound. I was wondering if any of you knew what that was called.
The upside down E?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Upside down.
The upside down.
That was, That was a rapper.
Upside down E.
Mm-hmm. About 5 or 10 years ago. Yeah, he was like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. Like a lot of those rappers.
Upside down E.
Are
what they called him, huh?
Upside
He was
upside
on
down.
I saw him with Jimmy Fallon one night.
Upside down E on Jimmy Fallon.
Ethan, we don't know.
I'm just gonna guess and call it a jot. Is it jot or tittle? Remember?
Right, jot or tittle.
I'm
One
going
of
with
those
jot.
is just the dot.
Yeah, it probably
yeah.
is.
All right, tittle. I'm going to go with Ed. What's the answer, Ethan?
It's called a schwa.
Schwa?
Yeah.
Well, those guys handle your money and get you a real good yield on stocks and bonds,
Charles
I think.
Schwa.
Yeah,
I mean he's
that's who I'm talking about.
In a
All right.
commercial.
All right,
Ethan,
thanks,
wait, hold on a second.
All
We
right,
need to
go
reset this whole thing, I think, for just a minute. All right, Ethan, what is your question and what's the answer to it? Because we didn't have it.
He answered it.
I know that.
Yeah,
but
but he
I
wants to tie them together. Yeah, Tim does.
Oh, yeah. Can I go ahead and finish this? All right, Ethan, go ahead. Give us the question and the answer together there.
Yeah, so the question was, there's a sound in phonetics that's represented by an upside-down E, and it comes from Hebrew. It's the sound. It's a very quick in a word. And the answer was it's called a schwa. It comes from the Hebrew sheva, which is the same kind of sound, but in Hebrew.
Okay.
How did you know that?
I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess right here.
Okay, you guess.
Ethan is in Bible college or seminary and is taking Hebrew. That's why I'm.
What about it, Ethan?
Yeah. I don't quite remember. I did try and learn some Hebrew, but I think I learned about the schwa because my brother found it, and he's a nerd, and he likes interesting.
Oh,
things.
he's a nerd. So you know a nerd.
Ethan, don't take that personally. There's nothing wrong with learning the Hebrew language.
Now which one
and
of
trying
you
to teach folks something?
Which one of you is the pot, and which one of you is the
kettle?
Hey, Ethan, thank you so much. God bless you. Have a great weekend.
And thank you for being a good sport, Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Keep learning about the scriptures in any language.
Is that when your tongue gets trapped to your roof of your mouth.
Schwa.
You spit that one out.
The
sound
schwa,
out. Yeah.
schwa sound. A lot of Hebrew words. That's what it seems.
Yeah,
like.
it's very taxing
guttural.
on your.
Speaking of guttural,
kind of like German.
German.
In that way.
That's what I was going to say. German.
Yeah.
Man, boy, those are some hard
Doesn't
sounds.
anything flow?
No.
Much from that.
Like Spanish
or Italian.
Espanol.
Romantic language.
Somebody could read the phone book to me in Italian, and I'd just be mesmerized. But if they just say, "Hey, you're a really nice person" in German, I would just, I'd
and
know
you'd say,
saying
like,
bad.
back off, quit spitting on me.
Yeah, why are you talking to me in such a gruff way?
We got about 3 minutes left here. Go ahead, Ed.
All right, till the top of the hour.
Yeah.
We still got about a half hour, a little over a half hour left in the program. We go to Texas, and Izzy is on the line. Izzy, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hi.
Hello, Izzy. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from in Texas?
Prosper.
Prosper. Okay. Well, if I look at the map, where's that near?
Salina, Dallas, kind of.
Okay.
All right. That's a great name for a town or a city.
Prosper. Yeah.
Prosper. Yeah.
Makes it easier on the people who are promoting the city. You know.
Yes, that's right.
To prosper.
All right, Izzy, want to ask, answer, or do both?
Come to Downer.
Both, please.
You wouldn't want that.
Downer, Texas.
Downer, Texas. Well, I'm sorry, Izzy. What'd you say?
Both, please.
Which one do you want to answer?
The Martha Stewart one.
All right, Martha Stewart.
Here we go. Hey, I think this is a cap is up for grabs.
AFR ball cap is on the line. We're going to send it to you. We'll even sign it for you if you want us to on the bill of the cap, not the bill. We'll send you for the postage. But anyway, here's the question. According to Martha Stewart, there are 8 ways to cook a turkey. And I want Izzy to name just 4 ways of those 8 that you can cook a turkey. Izzy, go ahead.
Roasted.
Yes.
Upside down.
Roasted, yes. What was the second one?
Upside down.
Upside down, yes.
Deep fried.
Deep fried, that's 3.
And grilled.
And grill, that's 4. Way to go.
Whoa. Nicely done.
What's
Izzy.
upside down? What does that mean?
Hey, Melanie's cooking our turkey upside down for the first time.
What does
ever.
it mean?
Instead of laying it face down in the pan.
Oh.
People who drink a little bit. on Thanksgiving.
Hey, Izzy,
you know what I'm saying?
Stay on
like
the line.
Episcopalians and
Stay on the line so she can get your
People like
address.
that.
Congratulations.
But we got to
on
wait.
Cap.
She's got a question.
She's got a
for us.
question for us.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we got a 5-minute break for news, Izzy.
Yeah. Can you hold on?
Can you hold on? Okay.
Tim, can you give the other ways when we come back?
I sure can. But she got 4 of the 8. But according to Martha Stewart, she said roasted, upside down, deep fried, and grilled. I'll give you the other 4 when we get back, and we'll continue to roll on here on Trivia Friday.
The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast may not necessarily reflect those of the American Family Association or American Family Radio.
Faith, family, freedom. American Family Radio.
The American Family Association, informing, equipping, and activating to transform American culture.
Jesus commissioned his disciples to make disciples, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything Jesus commanded them.
We at the American Family Association seek to aid the church in our Great Commission.
This is American Family Radio, a listener-supported ministry of the American Family Association.
American Family News, I'm Rusty Pugh. Israel and Hezbollah pointing at each other for breaking their ceasefire deal. As violence continues in Gaza, Alex Hogan tells us more.
Lebanese forces and UN peacekeepers patrolling the border of Israel and Lebanon, the buffer of this ceasefire. Israel and Hezbollah traded accusations of ceasefire violations after the IDF hit a Hezbollah facility and fired 2 rounds into a southern town where the military has warned civilians not to return yet. Although the deal overall has held, it's a pause in fighting that people in Gaza say they could only hope for. As food across the Strip is increasingly scarce, Fox traveled to the Kerem Shalom crossing into Gaza with the IDF. Humanitarian aid is inspected in Israel and then brought here for distribution. But increased attacks on aid trucks means these supplies don't make it to those who need it most.
Texas authorities find yet another lone child at the border. Madeline Rivera reports.
The Texas Department of Public Safety says they found this 10-year-old boy yesterday morning. Texas DPS says the 10-year-old was brought across the border in Maverick County by a smuggling guide who then left him behind. The boy said he was lost. He only had a phone and told troopers his parents were in the United States. The boy has been turned over to Border Patrol. Just on Sunday, DPS said they found a 2-year-old girl from El Salvador among a group of unaccompanied children. The little girl said she arrived in the U.S. by herself as well and that her parents were in the United States.
The White House largely stayed quiet on Thanksgiving, providing only muted criticism of President-elect Trump's proposed policy plans. Peter Ducey has more from the White House.
President Biden has really been trying to stay out of it, letting the president-elect Donald Trump pick his team and tease some new policies without saying anything about what he thinks until now. And he is trying to talk Donald Trump out of some of these new tariffs. Vice President Harris still, of course, in office, and she's been laying low since losing the election, but she did pop up unannounced at a Washington, D.C. food kitchen. Now that the Harris family Thanksgiving dinner is out of the way, we do hope to find out what is next for her, because even though there's some new polling that shows she would be the Democratic frontrunner for 2028, there is quite a debate within the Democratic Party about whether or not she should give it another go.
Artificial intelligence is bringing country music fans a new song from one of their beloved artists.
You may remember the rich baritone voice of Randy Travis, who topped the country charts in the mid-'80s and 90s. He suffered a stroke in 2013 that cost him his voice. But with the rise of AI, his family and producers saw an opportunity to revive his career, at least for one song. Travis's team fed thousands of hours of his recordings to AI, and it produced a stunning likeness.
But when she smiled, out came the sun.
The music industry has been skeptical of AI. Artists could no longer have control over their own voices, and songwriters could be out of business altogether. Chase Capo of BibleChat.ai says some worship leaders have the same concerns about ministry.
I think it's fascinating. It's just amazing how even folks in industry don't see stuff like this coming.
Capo says, as with other uses of AI, and any technology really, it depends on who's using it and what they're doing. He says there is a danger that AI could make it easier for people, for example, to worship at home.
Worship, like discipleship, should be Spirit-led and done in person when possible.
But for worship leaders and pastors in churches with fewer resources, AI could level the playing field.
That small church, medium church, and even mega church, if we're just talking American church, those pastors are not without an abundance of things to do.
I'm Steve Jordahl.
A powerful Arctic cold front is gripping the upper Midwest and Northeast this weekend, bringing bitterly cold wind chills and heavy snow to the states including Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York. Wind chills could drop as low as -30 across the region, with heavy lake-effect snow disrupting travel through Monday, with some areas receiving multiple feet of snow. The coldest wind chills expected Saturday morning. More news available online at afn.net and download the AFN mobile app for your Apple or Android device. I'm Rusty Pugh.
This weekend on The Stand Radio, we'll talk about the way music prepares us for Christmas with worship leader Rusty Benson.
We know that not only from the scripture, but just as a matter of practicality in our own lives. That preparation before worship, for example, makes all the difference in what happens in worship in our hearts.
The Stand Radio, Saturdays at 4 and Sundays at 8 p.m. Central on AFR.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840. Now, back to more Trivia Friday.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Thanks for listening to AFR. Trivia Friday it is, also known as Learning University. Learning University is on the air. Tim, Ed, and JJ. We're here every Friday, most every Friday we're here. And we go back to...
Hey, you're going to tell us the other 4 ways to cook a turkey.
Oh, okay. Is Izzy still on the phone?
She is.
Okay, she was the one who guessed 4 of the 8. My question, if you're just joining us, was according to Martha Stewart, there are 8 ways to cook a turkey. And I asked our callers to name 4 of them. And if you do that, we'll send you an AFR ball cap. And so, Izzy answered the question correctly. Izzy, you said, what was the 4 you said real quick?
Roasted, upside down, deep fried, and grilled.
Okay. Here are the other 4 ways that you can cook a turkey. According to Martha Stewart, there's something called spatchcocked. You ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
It's when you remove the neck and backbone and you cook the turkey flat rather than upright. It's easier to cook. It cooks faster that way.
Huh.
Spatchcocked. I never heard of it either.
Be a great name if somebody's expecting and they haven't got a name picked out, boy or girl.
Oh, spatchcock?
Oh, absolutely. That would flow.
Just call them spatch for short.
It's a nickname.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so the other ways to cook a turkey of the 8, braised, something called roulade, Roulade.
I'll take that sometimes if I have, acid reflux.
Upset
Roulade?
tummy. Yes.
I think this is where you stuff it with, like a swirl. I mean, you make it, it's decorative.
Wow.
And then the last way, a lot of people smoke turkeys.
Oh, yeah.
That's the last way.
Now,
All right, so
Martha Stewart, she really was the gold standard. And when she wasn't in prison, she offered a lot of good tips on how to decorate your home and cook and stuff.
Yeah, she did get little PT, didn't she?
Insider trading or something.
Prison time. She almost hooked me in on that deal.
Is that right?
Uh-huh. I almost got in on that deal right there, too. I'm glad I didn't. I had a check in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? You ever have that happen to you?
Yeah, especially when you came into my office and you said, hey, I just need 3 people under me, and then you get 3 people under you.
Right, and I drew you that diagram.
Yes.
Pyramid?
With the dots out to the circles out to the side.
That's right.
If everybody done that part, we'd all been rich.
We absolutely would.
Nobody. Anyway, all right. So, Izzy, go ahead. Ask your question for us.
Okay. Where was the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark filmed?
Where was the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark filmed?
Well, go out on a limb and say somewhere near Texas, like where Lizzie is, because that would make it really.
Okay.
Make it real personal for her to ask.
First of all, part of that would have been filmed in Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it was?
Petra.
That was the last part of it. Last, 1/3 of the movie? I mean.
That was Petra, the city, the ancient city of Petra. I'm also going to say, I think some of it was in Morocco. But now Texas could have been some of it.
I might take mine back. Because
Izzy, where was Raiders of the Lost Ark? Where was that filmed?
It was Petra.
Petra, yeah, in Jordan, yeah, Petra, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, was the whole thing filmed there? Do you know?
In Jordan, maybe.
Not the whole thing, but most of it.
Yeah, because that's the big scene with them riding horses and inside the Petra and all that, looking for the Lost Ark.
And it made an awesome '80s contemporary Christian rock group.
What's that?
I was a big Petra fan. I really was.
Petra. Yeah, Petra. All right, Izzy, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Izzy, hold on. Stay on the line. We're going to put you on hold. Then Amanda will get your information, and we'll send you a ball cap because you answered the turkey question correctly, and you earned that cap. And so you have a great weekend. All right, we're going to stay in Texas, boys.
Do we need to repeat our questions?
Sure,
we
can do that.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, but I think it's
I still have 3 questions remaining. What Old Testament prophet was the last of the judges? It's not Malachi, and it's not Samson. Samson being the last of the judges in the book of Judges. This is let me just put it this way. It's someone who shows up in the next book. Okay.
I've got a follow-up to that, too, by the way.
Okay.
All right. Answer that one.
Second question, what American hero was known as the Apostle of Liberty? And in the Christmas classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what is the name of the elf who wants to be a dentist?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I've got. First question, if you retire from Major League Baseball or the NFL, how many years do you have to wait to be eligible for the Hall of Fame? Second question, true or false, bobbing for apples is a fall festival activity that Romans brought to Britain when they invaded. Is that true or false? Then I'll add one. What is the logo for Mack trucks? Mack trucks have been around a long time. Iconic. You know, when we were a kid, we said, man, you look horrible. You look like you got hit by a Mack truck.
Right.
But what is the hood ornament? What is the logo for Mack trucks?
I think they've changed that now. You look like you got hit by a Tesla pickup. I think that's the latest thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
when somebody,
Mack trucks
when
used
somebody looks bad,
Right.
Got hit by
a Tesla pickup hit you, or what happened to you?
by an electric vehicle?
A big stainless steel wedge, electric Tesla truck.
All right, here I got one question left, and
No, you're just gonna hold on to those other questions.
yeah, work too hard for them. I'm not gonna get to the end. I'm not gonna lay 3 more out and then have to give them up at the end here. All right, so here's my one question that I have left. What are the 2 most used names of God in the Bible? And these are Hebrew words. Okay, these are Hebrew words. So the 2 most used references to God are this and what?
Any of those have an upside down E, just to kind of give us a hint?
An upside? No, not. They got
our
one of them has
a hard time.
One of them has an upright E, but not a upside down E. You know, like a turkey.
Yes.
In an oven,
right?
Like you're going to do this afternoon, right, JJ?
That's right.
Upside down.
Cook a. Now, what would be the purpose of cooking the turkey upside down?
I do not know.
Would you find out the answer to that for us?
I can, and I can report back. I can text you guys tonight, this evening, right after the egg bowl.
Yeah,
right after we get shellacked.
The deviled egg bowl.
The deviled egg bowl.
Yeah, the deviled egg bowl. All right, who's up, Ed?
All right, we go back to Texas, and Sarah is on the line. Sarah, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hi.
Howdy, Sarah.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
Hey, Sarah, where are you calling from in Texas?
Murchison.
Okay, which is near where?
It's about 90 miles east of Dallas.
Okay, so Tyler?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Sarah, well, ask, answer, or both?
I'm going to do both.
Okay, which one do you want to take a shot at here?
I'm going to take a shot at the last judge.
All right, Sarah, here's the question.
Here we go.
What Old Testament prophet was the last of the judges?
Samuel.
Hey! Wow.
Yay!
And that is the mystery question, Sarah. You answered correctly.
All right.
So
Thank
Sarah
you.
wins the AFR ball cap. We're going to mail it
Absolutely.
to her because that was a mystery question. The cowbell rang, and Sarah won herself a cap, ball cap. Way to go! How did you know
Thank
that,
you.
Sarah? How did you know the answer to that?
Well, just reading the Bible and studying it all my
Okay.
life.
Okay, I've got a follow-up question, Sarah. You ready? Yes or
Oh,
no?
okay.
Yes or no? Did the Old
Yes.
Testament judges ever repeat their warnings to the people of Israel? Or would they only give it one time?
They probably need it too.
Yeah.
Yes, I think they did.
They did.
They did.
That's a lot of grace, for them saying it over and over again so people would heed.
They didn't heed. That was the
Well,
problem.
I would say the good thing was they only had to hear it once and they obeyed.
Right.
They never were tongue in cheek.
I don't know what Bible y'all been reading.
That's right. Hey, Sarah, in all seriousness, thank you for loving the Word, reading your Bible, taking the time to study, getting in the Word, get the Word in you. And you may not wear a ball cap, but this would be a good little stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
You got some of your Christmas
Oh, she's
shopping
going to wear
done.
it now.
You think she will?
Yeah. Well, we paid a lot of money for this cap right here, and we're going to send it to her. That's including postage, so she's going to wear it. Sarah, you're going to wear this ball cap, aren't you? Send us a picture.
I will wear it.
See there?
I will wear it. I'd be
Yeah.
proud to wear it.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Anyway, Sarah, go ahead with your question for us.
I want to know if y'all know the 3 state animals of Texas. They have 3 state animals.
All right, hold on just a minute. Let's talk. Don't say anything, Sarah. We're going to talk amongst
Yeah,
ourselves.
one's going to be an armadillo. As you see them out there on the center line so often when you're traveling across the Lone Star State.
Yeah, not too bright.
They cook them upside down. Ain't no doubt in anybody's mind.
Armadillo's one, right, Sarah?
No, I'm just joking.
I agree.
Do you really?
It is, yeah.
I'm going with armadillo.
Okay,
That
I'm just
sounds
having
right.
fun.
Is that right, Sarah?
Yes.
Oh, wow. The humor paid off.
All right,
finally.
okay. Again, don't say anything, Sarah, until we. What do you think about the jackrabbit? Is that?
That's a good one.
There's tons of jackrabbits.
What about a jackrabbit, Sarah?
There are tons of jackrabbits, but that's not one of them.
You know, what about the cattle? Because you got King Ranch and cattle are just such a big part.
She gave us one. She gave us one swing and miss. So
let's say
cattle.
It's Longhorn.
Oh,
Longhorn. That
Texas
counts. It's
Longhorn.
cattle. Okay, we got one more. I'm gonna take wild boar for 100 because they got those. They got wild pigs everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think. Let's think Texas. Let's think uniquely Texas.
Camel?
Not camel.
A camel.
I think you missed what I just said.
What about like a Mustang or something like that?
Oh,
Wild Mustang. That's more up in the mountains.
Yeah. Do what now?
That's more up towards the mountains, but you may be onto something. Maybe a quarter horse. I mean, horses. Yeah, horses, cattle. Yeah, I'm going to say
horses.
Horses.
I don't think y'all are going to get this one. It's Mexican free-tailed bat.
Three-tailed?
Sarah, you're right. We probably wouldn't have got that one.
Three-tailed bat.
Three-tailed? Does it really have three tails?
No, free.
Free-tail.
Yeah. Free-tail.
Okay, so we got armadillo, longhorns, and whoever came up with this list tried to just throw one in there that nobody'd ever guessed.
Well, the exterminator knows when they get that call and they say, "What? Bob's extermination. How can I help?" Well, are you sitting down? Because I got an infestation. And then they started.
Mexican free will.
Mexican
free will monkeys. What do we got?
Free will bats. Yeah.
Yeah, bats. Yeah.
Freetail.
Freestyle. Mexican freestyle rats. No. What?
Flying rats.
Flying rats.
Anyway, Sarah, way to go. That's a good. We'll know that next time.
And Sarah, good question. And I'm going to put you on hold. Amanda's going to come on and get your information, and we'll send you a ball cap. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Mexican.
You have a great.
That's like
great
I saw
weekend.
this list about
Mexican free what?
Yeah, they said some
tail.
signs of things you don't want to see, and it's that if your surgeon says "oops," and then it says if the exterminator doesn't come out from under your house, that's never a good sign. If he's under there looking for those free will flying bats,
Did she say free tail or free will? You guys are confusing me.
I'm looking up.
Free tail.
A free tail there.
Free tail.
Like retail?
Yeah, because you thought
free
Ed
tail.
thought three tail.
Yeah. Well, it was starting to scare me. Three tails. If she said three-headed bat, I mean, that's stuff of
You
nightmare.
got your Mexican free tail bat.
All right.
I don't know why you'd pick this animal as one of your three most prideful possessions of your state. but
Texas.
anyway.
Well,
Let's go
Longhorn,
next.
that's a real good. You
Longhorn,
know
yeah.
Longhorn, but
Yeah.
you're not going to go into a restaurant and see one of those up on the wall fireplace. You'll see a
Mexican free-tail bat.
Longhorn.
They're also called Brazilian free-tail bats, so I guess they're like multinational. All right, who's
Diversity.
next? The only
Diversity's important in the bat,
if you got
bat world.
a full-grown bat here, Mexican free-tail bat, a full-grown one, is 0.44 ounces. Doesn't even get up to an ounce.
Wow, that's tiny.
Yeah. All right, so who's up next?
All
Ed?
right, we're going to go to Kentucky. It's our first trip to Kentucky today. Greg is on the line. Greg, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Greg. Where do you live in Kentucky?
Yeah, what part of the bluegrass state?
Western Kentucky, Murray.
Yes, sir. You can tiptoe. If you're in Paris, Tennessee, you can tiptoe and just about see Murray from there.
My brother-in-law played football for a year up there. Murray State.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's back in the 80s.
You ever go up towards, you go upriver a little bit? Greg, you ever been to Owensboro?
I have once. Caught a flight out of there one time.
Yeah, most people do.
Did you did you stop and get any mutton or burgoo, or have you ever heard of that?
No.
Well, you don't know what you're missing out on, Greg. Put that on your bucket
I ate
list.
I ate at a McDonald's.
Yeah, well, it's not the same thing. Next time
burgoo.
you got to catch a flight out of Owensboro, stop by the Moonlight or the Old Hickory and order some mutton and burgoo. You'll thank me later.
Pretty well kept secret, though. I mean,
Hello?
yeah, you still
Hello?
there?
All dropped.
No, Greg, you still there?
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
What happened?
Hello?
Can you hear us? Greg, can you hear us?
This is what happened earlier.
Greg, you still there?
I'll stay on the line.
Hey, Greg.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
can he not?
That's interesting.
He can't hear. Well,
We had that problem earlier.
all right.
Okay.
We'll put Greg on hold. We'll get back to you in an hour
Yeah.
or so.
And this is why I'm glad that we got Morse code, because if y'all hear some tapping going on in a minute, we're going to be communicating back and forth with Greg.
yeah.
Hey, Greg, I would just say to you for English, press 1.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
All right, did we lose
For
Greg?
Espanol, press 2.
I think. Okay. All right. Can we move on and then come back to Greg?
We can move on.
All right. We're
What
going to
people
go to
should do.
Arkansas, and Gideon is on the line. Gideon, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hello, esteemed professors.
Well,
That's
Gideon.
the way to start out,
Thank
Gideon.
you, brother. Hey, you're the first Gideon I've ever talked to.
Great Bible name.
Yeah, that's right. Gideon?
Thank you. My parents did really well on it.
Yes,
They sure
sir.
did.
Yeah, they did.
Absolutely.
We got a live wire here.
Yeah. Gideon, ask, answer, or do both, buddy.
I would like to do both.
Which one you feel confident about?
I feel confident about both of them.
Okay, which one you want to answer?
I'm talking about right there. You want him up at the plate with
Yes.
2 outs and 2 strikes.
That's
You
right.
want
The
Gideon up there.
Apostle of Liberty.
All right, Gideon, here's the question. What American hero was known as the Apostle of Liberty?
George Washington.
It was
Yeah,
George.
that's right.
Nicely
George
done,
Washington.
Gideon.
Well played, sir.
I think it was he was known as the Apostle of Liberty. That's right. George Washington, our first president. All right, Gideon, way to go. Why do you know your American history? Do you want to do you want to ask us a question now?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay, go ahead. Fire away.
The name Gideon, what does it mean?
I know the story, but I don't know what the name means.
Well, it depends if the E is upside down
That's
or
right.
right side up.
It changes things.
It does change the meaning.
Really?
Gideon. Okay, I'm just hang on a second, Gideon. Doesn't it mean like man of valor or something?
Well,
I know that's what
that's
he says.
what the angel or the Lord, when he was actually hiding, threshing a little wheat, going to eat one last sandwich and die because of all this invasion, completely outnumbered. And then the angel said, Gideon, O mighty man of valor. And then he was like, wait, what?
Let's go with that.
Me?
I think you're right.
Oh, mighty man of valor?
Well, I mean,
okay.
sometimes.
Well, this did say he was going to take and use him to free the people. And it seemed like maybe they added a little something right there, like that he was going to be the one that was going to offer freedom.
Yeah, all right, what's Gideon mean?
Yeah, what's it mean, Gideon?
In my family, we go by Mighty Warrior.
Mighty
Mighty
warrior.
Mighty warrior.
Mighty
I like
warrior.
that.
Good.
So in your family, you make the rest of your family call you Mighty Warrior? Call mighty.
I
Don't
think
call
you
Mighty
should.
Warrior to lunch. A sandwich is
That's
ready.
right.
Mighty Warrior, would you ask the blessing, please?
Hey, Gideon, that is
Yeah,
a great
that's
story
right.
in the Bible. I know you've already read it because it's your name, but how he had too many troops and God thinned the troops out, then thinned them out again to make sure that people would know it's not their strength, it's not their intellect, but it was a God thing, that God was bringing the victory. And so, great story, great name, and thank you for you and your family for listening to AFR.
All right, thank you, Brother Gideon. We got 5 minutes approximately left, 4.5 minutes left on the program. So
And we
probably-
are sorry, folks. Sorry, Greg. We're having some technical difficulties.
Beyond our
today.
control.
Beyond our control.
Well, everybody is online shopping, and it's kind of
messing us up.
Yeah, it's messing us up. But too much bandwidth with everybody. Doing all their
I'll go
Black
with that.
Friday shopping.
I'll go with that.
Well, we got time for one more call, I think, and then we got to give our answers.
Okay. All right, we go to Ohio, and Caleb is on the line. Caleb, welcome to Trivia Friday. Caleb, can you hear us? Okay, I'm just not sure what's happening today. I'm going to put Caleb on hold, and we'll try going to Tennessee. And Billy is on the line. Billy, can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
All right, Billy, welcome to Trivia Friday. You want to ask, answer, or do both?
I'm going to try to do both.
All right, which one you want to try to answer?
I'll go to my second choice since my first one was already answered, and that would be the Mack truck.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Billy, here's your question. What is the logo for Mack trucks?
The Bulldog.
Bulldog. Yes, sir. And that's a good, iconic brand there. Well,
oh yeah.
Well, what's your question for us?
What would you have to have exactly 50 coins changed for $1?
What would you have to have 50 coins? And that to make change for $1.
Right.
That is a great question.
50 though.
Yeah, because if you had 40 pennies, one
here.
dime. No, that'd be 41. Yeah, that'd be.
You better go ahead and tell us.
Tell us.
Yeah, Billy, how you can figure that one out?
40 pennies, 2 dimes, 8 nickels.
That's a great
40
little
pennies
math.
is 40, 2 dimes.
That's excellent.
2 dimes is 60.
And then 8 nickels, that'd be
40.
Yeah.
That'd be
8 nickels is 40
Yeah, 40.
cents. Yeah. Hey, that's Billy.
Yeah,
Are you going to be
good.
available in
Good
April
stuff.
to do our taxes? right around April the 15th. We don't need to file for an extension. If we can get with you a couple of weeks before April
Thank
the
you,
15th,
Billy.
that would be helpful.
Don't be a hero.
Billy, don't be here. All right. In the Christmas classic, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what is the name of the elf who wants to be a dentist? Either you guys remember?
I remember, but I can see him in his
Hermie.
little squeaky voice.
Hermie.
Yeah.
That's right. Major League Baseball and NFL, you got to wait.
Is it 4?
What do you say?
I don't know.
5 years.
5 years.
You got to wait 5 years to be eligible for induction in the Hall of Fame. Bobbing for apples. Romans brought it to Britain when they invaded. True or false?
That's crazy enough. I'm going to say that might be true.
100% true.
Wow. That's just when you first said it, I thought,
All right,
that ain't
my
right.
question is, what are the 2 most used names for God in the Bible?
Yahweh and Elohim?
Yes. Yahweh means the Lord, and Elohim means God. And those are 1, 2. Yahweh by far the most used, and then Elohim second. We'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend.
Hello, everyone. Tim Wildmon here with American Family Association and American Family Radio. Hey, in 2025, we have a brand new tour available. It's in October, and it's going to Boston. What a wonderful trip this will be to see one of the most significant cities in all of American history. Boston, Lexington, Concord, and the whole story of the freedom